Alright boys and girls, I've been asked today to do a video to explain to people the difference in our bodies and also the difference in fixed arm and telescopic. This video is for somebody who knows nothing about skip trucks. I'm also going to address the thing about weight, you know, how heavy our trucks are and stuff like that, and how we've got them lighter, you know, and just discuss the basics for somebody who's wanting a truck. So I'm going to show you, you know, why we build them like we do and why they are so reliable. Okay, so this is one of our trucks here. This is mega old. It's been up and down the country, one of our first ones. And I will tell you now, it has lifted about 10 million skips in its life. It's one of my first ones, because as you can see, there is a plate on the side there. Look, that's one of my old ones. It's smashed to bits, but as you will notice, it is fully intact, which is a miracle. But you know, you're buying quality, and the design has not really changed. I'm going to show you a brand new body, and this is a telescopic arm truck. So this is one thing we get asked all the time. So people ask us, can we have it without the bar? Right, okay, what I will tell you is, if you have no bar, if you lift a skip on one side, it puts a lot of load across just one arm instead of spreading it across the two, yeah? Which makes sense, doesn't it? This bar, as you can see, has got a pivot on it. That was the right, like an egg shape originally. Now it's been used that many times, it's totally worn out. But this truck is, what, in terms of years old and in terms of how many skips it's done, we're talking tens of thousands of lifts. And in that time, with that bar on the top, I'll show you how straight the arms are. They're like the day they was made. And we've got bodies from other manufacturers down here that we repair all the time, and you always find they have a little kick in the arm, little bend in. And then what that is when you come to a skip here, so you've got a skip at your back here, you know, back of the truck, you lift it up and you're not perfectly straight on the middle, so one arm's getting the pull all the time. And what you find is if any damage happens on a skip truck, it's usually at this side, because the driver stood at that side doing his levers, so you get damage over here. That bar just stops all the hassle. You can still extend them independently. So as you will see, look, I've got my assistant to help me, but look, the arm can go nearly all the way up without even moving this arm. All right, mate, yeah? So you see how that works. So people seem to sometimes get a little bit confused about what a fixed arm is, and I don't want the bar, or I do want the bar. The bar's there to protect you from damaging your truck, or your driver from damaging the truck, or us, you know, whatever. That's it, mate. Just wanted to show people that. So yeah, that is what that does, and this is a telescopic. Turn it off, mate. Won't be able to hear, not on the video. So that is what a telescopic arm truck is. Your legs are telescopic, they come down, and your arms are telescopic, and the bar just spreads the load. So if you was to get an heavy skip on this side, and you're pulling all, you know, loads over here because your driver can't see the skip because it's blocked by the skip is blocking his view, it just puts the load from that arm across to that one. So both arms are taking all the weight. There's the first thing that we get asked all the time. The other thing I'm going to address is the weight of the truck. So the older ones, you know, was a lot heavier than the new stuff, and I will address what we are doing. Customers ask me, what is the difference between a telescopic truck and a fixed arm truck? Well, if you notice on this arm, there is no ram and nowhere for it to come out. It's just a fixed bar. This is a very, very old truck, what we made. I think this has been through 2 or 3 different owners. And luckily, this has all worked at the same time. So, you know, I've got this here so I can show you what it is, because we don't really make a lot of these, but these are very, very cheap to make. This one's here because he has crashed his leg into a curb and bent his ram. So we're just doing that for him. As you can see, I don't need to tell you how many skips this has lifted. We are talking thousands, because he tips all his rubbish in our yard. So I can tell you, and this one is the one with the old rams. So, you know, for off-road use, in theory, you know, it would lift 6 or 7 ton, I would have thought, probably even a bit more. But this is, like I say, one of the old ones. Right, so that gives you an idea. So that's fixed arm. So these arms only go over and back. That's it. They don't extend. This one is running on a donkey engine. Again, like I say, it's one of our old trucks. But this will give people a good understanding of what the differences is, and looking at them and seeing what they are. Okay, right. Is the alley bed on that one? Drop it down, mate. Right, so the second thing a lot of people used to mention to us is the weight of the trucks, and what we've done to address the weight of them, because obviously people are, you know, don't want the truck too heavy, is I'll show you first of all. Go under here. This is all being painted for a customer. He knows who he is because he'll be shouting at me because this was supposed to be with him a week ago. So just so you know, I haven't forgot you. So what we've done is we've took these circles out of there, and these used to be made out of 4 or 6 mil, which is way overkill. So we've gone down to a 3 mil on them, and we've also cut the holes out, and the little discs weigh about 1 kilo each, and I think there's about 20 on each side, so we got 50 odd kilos out of there. We cut a few cross members between here and there because there was a lot of cross members, and this doesn't take a lot of load. And we have also gone with an aluminium headboard behind there. I won't touch that because this has just been painted. Aluminium in there. The actual door is aluminium now on there, and then this floor, if I dare lift it up, because he'll go mad if I mark this paint, I won't do this because the painter will probably kick me in the head. So the floor now is fully aluminium, and you know, it makes a big difference to the weight, because your floor can be, you know, 100 kilos. What we've also done, which is going to be on the next truck, so not this one, the next one, these arms, this steel here is about 6 mil. We're going down to 4 mil, and this side piece there, what you can see, that was always 6 mil. I won't touch it because it's literally just been painted. We're going down to 2.5 with that. We've tried it on a bench, messed about with it. We've put a set of these arms onto one of our trucks, played about with it, and to be fair, it's just overkill and does nothing anyway. You'd have to be a good man to bend one, because you've got a 6 mil plate from there to there, across and down. And then obviously you've got your box section, which is what people usually make the arms out of. Well, like I say, there's another manufacturer's truck in our yard, and his arms aren't even as big as this one piece, never mind with that on as well. And with the top bar, like I say, you're spreading your load all the time, giving you a lot more strength. We've reduced this side piece here from a 6 mil to a 4, so like I say, sorry, 6 to a 3. Can't go any smaller than a 3 because I don't do a 4 metre sheet. So I did want to do it in a 2, but you can't go lower than 2 on this sheet there, look, that goes round. And then the oil tank is now, that used to be made out of a 6, I think, was it 8 mil? The tank was like 8 mil. We used to get a big piece of box section, make them ourselves. What we're doing now is we're sending them, and we're getting them pre-pressed. So we're getting them folded and all, and the tank's made. That is one of the new tanks, that, isn't it? Yeah, getting them, and that saves another 20 kilos. So we are always shaving the weight down. In regards to springs, okay, customers ring us all the time and they ask us, yeah, there's a tank there. So we're having these made now, and they are literally, they weigh nothing, like nothing at all. So that is, you know, another 25 kilos off. So we're always working. Right, what I want to show you is these springs. So this is a set we've took off a truck. Can you drag them out? Can you manage to pull them out? If you're going to buy a truck off us, we can put a lot of lights. Yeah, leave that there. But we just go get me a standard spring. Just get us a standard spring. So in there, you can have loads and loads and loads of lights up there. You get the ones in the top for free. These ones, you can have loads down there. You can have loads down there. You can have loads underneath. You know, you can have airbags. And there's so many different extras you can have on these trucks that, you know, we'll be here all day. But we're not going to go through them. But what we do, we have a picture on the wall of our first ever truck. Look at the state of that. And what it does is, as a builder, a guy once said to me, you know, you'll never be our competition with the other builders. And you know what? That's what keeps me going. It's Saturday dinner time today, and I'm in the yard and we're still going. I've actually got another job to go to, but I'm still down here, still grinding, still putting in the Yorkshire work, as I like to call it. Now I'm going to show you the springs. I've had a customer who basically was kind of insinuating that the springs, you know, we charge a lot of money for them, which is fine. You know, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but what I will tell you is this is a standard spring, and this is an uprated spring. That is about 300 quid for a pair of them, and they're about 1,000 quid. So it's literally, you're paying the exact same money for something twice the size. And unfortunately, things now are so expensive. If we fit you an extra part on that truck, so something that wasn't standard or whatever, we don't always charge for fitting it. So springs, because we've got the body off, it takes us like literally 5 minutes to change a set of springs. We don't charge. All you pay for is the price of the springs. A set like that, you're talking, you know, a good quality set. We're not talking about eBay. If you go on eBay and buy a set of springs, that's fine. If you get a spring fail, that means you've got one good spring and one bad spring, you're knackered. So we don't do it. Because we're a business and we give warranty and everything else, the springs must come from somebody in the UK and they must be made in the UK. So they are from, I think they're from Jones or Brick. Can't remember because they're off another truck. I took them off somebody's and they're going on to something else. These, you know, are your standard ones. So that just gives you an idea of the difference in size. So if I stand there, look. That just kind of addresses, you know, the thing with them is that the price for springs now is so expensive, and everything else, you know, paint and everything. You know, people say to us all the time, why you know, oh, it's real expensive now, especially customers who've used us in the past and they've paid 10 grand for a body, and now we're charging 12 grand for the basic one. You know, at the time of doing the video, it might go up again, who knows, because inflation's on the way up. So they'll say, oh, it's expensive compared to before. We don't make any more money. We make no more money whatsoever. A litre of paint used to be 30 quid, it's like 70 quid now. You know, everything, like that truck to paint it, just painting it, now else, the electric and everything else has gone up double. And then I'll tell you the biggest thing what people forget quite often when they're building skip trucks, and other skip manufacturers can use this video, is these hooks. Hooks have gone up, and this is no word of a lie, a set of hooks now, a set of big ones, I mean, we've got small ones, these are old ones that we don't use anymore. They're the small ones, but we've got a container outside full of hooks and everything. All the hooks outside, you know, they're 30, 40, 50, 60 quid each in England. So what we're having to do now is bring them from abroad ourselves, from a manufacturer in big container fulls, just to pass that saving on to the customers. You know, and that's the way we are. And how we work here is, if you think about this also, a lot of people say we're so cheap. Why are they so cheap? Well, you know, you can see everything we do. It's well documented. There's no secrets. What the secret is why we are so cheap, is that everybody's in partners here. So me, I'm basically doing this. I'm doing videos. I'm doing fault finding. I've had 20 years fixing skip trucks and everything else. So I do all your repairs, like the really difficult stuff what the other lads have had a go at, and they're like, oh, I'm not sure, just come and have a look. And between us, with our brains and stuff, we get to the bottom of it. Do all the videos, speak to the customers and stuff like that. The welder, the painter and the auto electrician, they're not here, the welders he'd say, but the other lads out here, they've been here this morning, painted that and then gone home. There's not what they can do now, then they'll come back tomorrow, finish it off and get it on the truck. We all get an even split of the money. So I recently saw an invoice for a skip body at about 28,000 quid. I priced up the same stuff and it would have cost us about, if I said 20, I would be miles over. Closer to 15, I would have thought, for us to do it. That's what it would have cost us, including our wages split. So what the difference is here is we ain't got a boss above us taking a load out the pot, if you know what I mean. So we all get paid per body the same amount of money, me included, right? This video is public, the welders stood there. All of us here get about 1,000 quid off a body. But that's, bear in mind, that's your wages, so that's us doing all the stuff we have to do. That's the kid who orders the parts, that's the welder, the painter, we all get about 1,000 quid. And then at the end of it, there might be, say, 500 quid left, and we use that for warranty. So we've got a pot of money all the time for warranty. If you get a body off somebody could build that body cheaper than I can, definitely. They could take that, copy it, and probably build you it 2 grand cheaper than me, I would have thought. If it was one man on his own and he's painting it himself and all, we've got a proper painter, you know, you can tell the quality of the work. But, you know, you could do it yourself a lot cheaper. But what the difference is if you get a problem with your truck, I have got every single spare. That man has rang me with his truck this morning and he said, I've smashed the ram in. Will your lads come in on Saturday and do it? I'm not going to disclose what the company is, but it's cost him the price of a ram and 120 quid to do it. The kid will be a couple of hours this morning. That's you know, it's a fair price. That truck's 10 years old. I don't know what other people charge for repairs, but I would have thought it'll be along the lines of, you know, 500 quid, 600 quid. This kid's going to pay 200. You know, we are fair with everybody. You know, we Yorkshire lads, we all know each other. We're all in partners, and we're not, you know, we're not trying to sort of like make as much money on every single job we do. We're just happy to tick over and we all get a share. I reckon some of the other skip manufacturers will be pissed off that I'm telling people what our lads get paid here, because like I say, most, you know, they're on about 1,000 quid for 4 days. It's a lot of money. Right, okay, going on to PTOs. So people ask me all the time, what's a PTO and how does it work? Right, we've got two things here. We've got, this is the PTO and this is a gear pump. So basically, or you know, hydraulic pump, whatever you want to call it. So you've got a pump and you've got a power takeoff. What this is inside of there, it's a magnet and two little, well, I don't know if it's 2 or 4, 2 pieces of steel come out like that with a little wear plate on, push out, and it jams onto this wheel. So this wheel can freely spin, a bit hard to show you, but this wheel freely spins, look there, see it? Like that, that's freely spinning. And then when they lock on, the full thing turns like that, all of it, including the middle, and this piece is bolted onto the pump. So these are 2 different things. These different types of pumps. So these pumps come off, you know, there's a couple of UK companies that we use. Daniel Whitehead's a kid who's very good with pumps and knows them inside out. So, you know, I recommend him as well. This company we use from Leeds, these are good lads who supply stuff. And basically what happens is you're turning a mechanical motion from one way on your engine into a hydraulic motion, which might be the different way. So this will be, say your engine's there and your pulley's going around like that. So let's call it your alternator pulley, so a belt like that. And that belt will go on there and it will be connected to the crank of your engine, or it will go into your gearbox. What I will tell you is PTO prices have more than doubled, and it's not because people are earning more money, it is because what it costs us to buy everything. That they have doubled. The belts have gone up about 50%, you know, because they have oil in them and all stuff like that. They've gone absolutely through the roof. So, you know, again, it's annoying. These PTOs come with a manufacturer's warranty from our supplier. It's the only thing we don't give a 12-month warranty on, is because we order every single one custom for your truck. With a kit, this is a kit that goes on the crank pulley. You get a tensioner like this. We're just going to open it. You get a belt and all your bolts. This is a bracket that mounts to the side of your engine, so it'll go, if you like that, in there. And then your belt's going around here like that, and it might go around your alternator, because they're all slightly different. And on the base of your engine, you get one of these dishes, and this will bolt. So if you've got a pulley on your engine, this will bolt to the front of that pulley, which gives you, you know, 2 pulleys like that, if you know what I mean, and that would go there, and then it's your engine's driving it all. So unfortunately, my camera is really flat. I've got about 2% left on it, but I hope that just gives you a bit of food for thought, you know, of what to do. If you, like I say, this video is for somebody who's not been in the skip industry and is brand new to it, and it might give you some ideas, you know, God knows. But I hope you enjoy the video. Have a good weekend. I've got to go to a job, check that out. Then I've got to go to a farmer's market, and I'm going to edit the video. So, you know, you might be watching this video in 2 years' time when I make it, because obviously it'll be on our website. So I look forward to speaking to you in the future. If you want a skip truck, you know, you can ring me anytime. I don't mind talking to people. People sometimes ring me and they want me to diagnose problems over the phone, and they're not even my trucks. You know, sometimes I've got to say, look, I can't do it. If it's not my truck, not my pump, they might buy a pump off somebody else, want me to diagnose it, and be telling me off down the phone, you know, oh, I need help and that, you know. What I would say is, if you've got a pump off somebody else, go back to your supplier and, you know, an hydraulic problem, speak to the company who's dealing with it, because we all do our job slightly different. But if you're looking for a skip truck and you want to deal with us, you know, I look forward to speaking to you. You know, you get a 12-month warranty, you know, no bullshit. I'm all over the internet. The last thing I want is, you know, to upset anybody, and we'll look after everybody. All right, I'll see you soon. Have a good weekend.